today. Did you know that there was a Miss Delaware USA Ambassador? That's a pageant that a lot of people probably don't even realize. I didn't realize it until today, but I'm happy to welcome the winner of the Miss Delaware USA Ambassador. She is Chardonnay Wood. And you were also the first runner-up in the national competition in July.
Yes.
You lost to Miss California.
Yes.
But first runner-up is nothing to sneeze at either. So.
Yes, I was very grateful.
Exactly. Well, tell us a little bit, what is the Miss USA Ambassador? I say pageant, but it's actually a program, right?
It's a system. So the USA Ambassador system prides itself on the SLIC motto: success through leadership, integrity, character, and confidence.
Okay.
So what makes our system different is we're not just faces in the community, but we're volunteers. So our beneficiary is Big Brother, Big Sister, and we try to do an event with them at least once or twice a month to not just do appearances, but also show up early and set up. And we also have $100 from each contestant goes to a charity of your choice. And then on the national level, we are all asked to do a charity basket of about $40 to $50, and we have a charity auction, and altogether the funds go to the Florida Big Brother, Big Sister. So we're very, very pushed to make sure that we're in our community, both our families and the queens. So that's what makes us a little bit different, being charity-based.
Wow, so it has nothing to do with the Miss USA.
No, we're completely different.
Exactly, I love your crown, exactly.
Thank you.
We also have some photos, I think, from the competition. Is it the national competition, or it was the one that was that crowned you Miss Delaware?
This is the national competition. So these are.
And this was back in July.
Yes.
Okay.
Back in July.
And where was it? Where was the national competition?
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, some nice change of weather difference.
So you represented Delaware.
Yes.
And how many contestants were there? Was it?
So I'm the mid. So there's different divisions in the pageant. So we like to represent all ages.
Okay.
So for my division, we had probably about 10 to 15 individuals that came up, because you have to imagine after 25, people are married, they have jobs. So some individuals won on their state level but weren't able to come down and participate on the national. But we had a nice variety down there.
Right. Well, how did you find out about the Miss USA Ambassador program? Because again, it's kind of a well-kept secret so far. It's been around for 7 years, right?
Yes, 7 years, started in 2010. This is the first year that Delaware was actually able to have a pageant and a representative go down for nationals. So I have just passed over the crown of being the co-chair for the Young United Professionals Executive Committee with the Delaware United Way.
Okay.
And one of my colleagues there, she actually approached me, being community-based and fundraiser. She's like, hey, I think you'd be really good for this. They're volunteering, they're really involved. It's things you already love. So I was really nervous because I have a fear of being judged, believe it or not. But I went against it, and I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try it. And I actually won. And I was so surprised. It was my first state pageant that I won. And so it just was, it took a life of its own, and an opportunity to continue being motivationally speaking and being involved and getting to know people and organizations. I just couldn't say no.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, I think maybe one of the reasons you might have won is because of your platform, which is wonderful. It's self-care, self-love. Talk a little bit about that platform.
Self-care and self-love is something that I feel like everyone of all ages can appreciate and identify of a valuable conversation. So it gives me an opportunity to be diverse and speak to people of all backgrounds. So I've spoken to middle school, 6th graders. I've gone to massage therapy and talked to students there about just work-life balance. When I talked to the middle schoolers, I talked about self-image and just peer pressure and loving yourself and whatever it is that you like to do. Make sure you don't leave that. I was like, do you like comic books? Do you like singing? I don't care if you can't sing. Keep singing, because that's going to keep you together through tough times. And so it's just been great to go to different audiences and businesses and just speak to people about what that means to you. Because regardless of whether it's fitness, spiritual, it's still beneficial for everyone to just have a conversation about how much you take care of yourself.
And that's very important, especially for young women out there who might not have the self-esteem that it might take to participate in a competition like you competed in.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you are, can I say you're 27?
Yes.
As of this taping, you're 27.
As of this taping.
Yeah, you know, you obviously have quite a resume already. You're a reservist.
Yes, sir.
You work in the corporate field when
Yes.
you're not part of the... So what is the plan once, because you are Miss Delaware USA Ambassador until next April.
Yes.
So what's the plan going forward?
I'm a big planner. I have lots of notebooks. I carry my agenda. So there's so many different things I want to tap into after I'm able to pass on this crown to another young lady. I definitely want to continue motivationally speaking because now I've learned so much about how to prepare and how to be effective, and I've made connections. So now I just want to continue to challenge myself to grow my exposure and make sure that I continue volunteering and just educating people on doing whatever it is that they want to do, facing their fears and just trying something different. And so motivationally speaking and making sure I excel my military career, put my time into that, and just also practice self-care, self-love, practice what I preach, take care of myself.
What was your biggest obstacle? What was your biggest challenge to get to this point for you?
To get to this point as Ms. Delaware, I would say it was definitely financial.
Okay.
Honestly, and I got so much help from my community. I was so surprised at how quickly individuals were supporting me and donating and just encouraging, and not even just in monetary, but just making sure I had the phone calls, I had the pep talks. And
So you had to raise a certain amount of money as part of your platform or as part of your to compete?
To compete in general, you have to just pay for your fees and travel and your attire and just be. I just moved out of my dad's house in August. I like to pitch to anyone being independent, and so I'm learning how to take care of myself and manage my finances and things. And so it was doing something outside of my normal budget. It was different, but I found it was so rewarding because in exchange for a photo shoot, I could help someone expand their portfolio, and then I talked to them about motivating, and then we were able to help each other. I partnered with a lot of different businesses, so it was really, really amazing to see me push right through that challenge. I thought it was going to be such a big hurdle of like, how am I going to pay my bills and fly down to Florida, but it just happened through connections and God, and I'm just so thankful that all that was able to come together because it was definitely a dream come true.
Wonderful. Now, what part of Delaware did you grow up in?
Well, I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland,
Okay.
but I'm a 2012 graduate from Wesley College.
Okay.
Woo-hoo. And from there, I kind of never left over, and that's
Okay.
how I joined the Air Force Reserves. I was volunteering at the Dover Air Force Base. I had a mentor who was a captain in the Air Force, and he was the one who presented to me, hey, Chardonnay, you like to do a little bit of everything. Do you know you can do the reserves? And I never thought about that. I was like, what? Part-time service, but still get a lot of opportunities to travel and meet people and network, and so I couldn't say no, and I haven't been able to leave ever since.
And as being Miss Delaware, USA Ambassador, are you getting a chance to see the world outside of the first state, outside of the Delaware Valley?
I have made a lot of different connections by just using social media to just talk about things that I do, and then I get invitations to come out and see and speak to individuals just about the challenges that I push through and the experiences that I've had and the reflections that I've made. I'm always an open book to talk to people about, hey, listen, if I did it, you can do it too.
That's right. And what's been your greatest experience so far at this part of your life? Has it been being crowned Miss Delaware? Was it winning or
Yes.
first runner-up at the Nationals? What was the greatest pleasure for you so far?
The greatest pleasure so far is so funny. I'm actually not a dancer. I was learning the dance number for the opening routine for the pageant.
Okay.
I practiced so hard because I didn't want to make a fool of myself down there. And by the time I went down there, I knew it so well. The young ladies, I was actually teaching them to help them be more confident on stage and practicing with them behind stage for that week because it's a week preparation before the final show and making girlfriends and actually trying to show them, and they called me a dancer. That is the highlight of my life. For some reason, just
And was there a talent part of the competition?
Well, there's the optionals aspect. So
Okay.
we have to do an interview, we have to do our evening gown, and we have to model a casual USA fashion wear, which is just a regular outfit out your closet. And then you have the opportunity to submit your resume, perhaps a photo if you feel you're most photogenic, or you can do a monologue or a spokesperson. They have an endless list of different contributions you can do on stage to show your best feature. So a talent isn't mandatory, but the dance number is the opening act to kind of set the mood for the show. So it's really short, it's really simple. I just overthink it, and it was just so much fun to come down there and be able to help others and build those memories, because New Jersey, Ms. New Jersey, her and I had so much fun with that.
She made some great friends.
Yes.
Well, in the few seconds we have left, tell me why, or the young women who might be watching,
Yes.
why this is a good idea to look into the Miss USA Ambassador program. Why is something they might want to explore?
I feel like you learn so much about yourself. There's so many different responsibilities and experiences in pageantry that I didn't realize, that you would be so surprised at how you grow and how you network and what you're truly capable of, especially because there's always an area that you're confident in, whether it's speaking or your body or networking, but you can always grow in another way. And so here you have a sisterhood of young ladies that can work with you, and then you can also inspire others by them watching your growth.
Thank you very much, Sharnay Wood. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And that's going to be it for Delaware Perspective. I'm Rick Williams. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time.
On November 4th, the American Association for Cancer Research will bring some new wheels into the